Here
we go.
What is up, guys? It is the Sports Nerd Bradley Walker, and welcome, guys, to the Walker Report, part of In the Zone Sports Talk Radio, part of NGSC Sports. Guys, remember the website. It's ngscsports.com for all your current sports content, and we are also being aired live on Postal Entertainment. And if you look behind me, you're wondering what the hell is going on. Yeah, right. My screen is not cooperating since the hinges on my laptop are broke, and I cannot to not delay. I have spent the last 20 minutes getting this set up to try to get it to not delay. Well, you move the green screen and the delay goes away.
Right.
So I don't want to have another week. Also, guys, there may or may not be a show next week. It depends on if I get credentials to the Gasparilla Bowl between Florida and UCF. But I'll let you guys know if that happens or not. I should know by Monday or Tuesday of this upcoming week.
Well, I'm not much of a drinker, but I can go for some sarsaparilla.
We are sponsored.
I always keep saying it's sarsaparilla. I guess it's more well known.
Oh, that's okay. We are sponsored by CreatingZSpaces.com for.
I really thought, and what Adam was saying just before we went on, I really did thought it was something on your laptop. And when you messaged me, I could put this in both beautiful letters in the words of Cartman. Screw this! I'm going home.
Yeah, that's basically what it felt like last week. Screw you guys. I'm going.
I so apologize, guys, from last week because I got so frustrated. I'm like, you know what? I'm getting off here before I break the rest of the laptop. I have a nice big crack right here on the side of my screen too from the computer falling down. So I gotta get a new computer soon.
Yeah. Gene, I thought
I had to be up at 5 o'clock on Friday anyway, so I wasn't too mad about it.
Gene, I thought when I had a fire in my summer house one time, I thought I was a goner.
Yeah.
Telling us about that.
Well, see, what happened was they had to hose everything down, and
right.
Unfortunately, the speakers, they're built in. So what happened? They had to everything down. Nothing happened downstairs, upstairs, but they had to do the whole thing, and the speakers got wet. So that's when it was able to hear me. So luckily, I got this thing here, which has held up very well for the last year and a half. Thank God.
I'd like to get an actual mic because this thing makes noise. It catches every little movement. When I lean forward, I lean back, lean side to side. So when I'm re-listening to it to see how bad our predictions were.
Thanks.
Yeah, I know we've been god awful all year. I watch somebody who doesn't.
Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. We suck.
Yeah, pretty much. But I can hear.
We're not any better than any other people because they all make mistakes too. So don't worry about that.
No.
Only Jimmy the Greek.
Well, we don't make those kind of mistakes. So we're doing all right in that department.
Correct.
Right. Actually, right. Yellow.
Yeah. Like I said, we are sponsored by CreatingZenSpaces.com. Thank you again for my friend Renee. That's her company. Thank you guys again for sponsoring us all the way through. Guys, since we missed last week, I do have a lot of notes on a lot of different things, and since I can't put up
so much going on
logos behind me anymore,
all right, just throw it out there and we'll hit it.
Yeah,
serve up a couple of softies. We'll get this thing started right.
I'll start with
something hiding outside that I can just reach out there and get.
I'll start with NASCAR. This is 2 weeks ago,
right?
From 2 weeks ago, but it says that 3 team members are suspended indefinitely for behavior penalties.
I also got to stop covering my mouth. I stopped covering my mouth with my own dang hand. I think with my hand, and it's really annoying when you're trying to listen to someone talk and their hands over their mouth like a retard. But no, I don't remember what exactly happened.
Let me see what the this is from. This is from score.com. It goes to NASCAR. Oh, the Lightning just tied the game. Okay.
I got the Wings game on.
It says
I got the
Johnny...
Wings on this screen. I got the football game on this screen, and I got y'all on my laptop.
It says Johnny Rutten, crew chief of the number 13 Motorsports Businessman of Toyota in NASCAR Cup Series, has been suspended under NASCAR's substance abuse policy. The NASCAR member code of conduct for violations, and I'm not going to go through all the violations. Rutten was atop the pit box for 14 Cup races in 2021 with 5 different drivers.
Yeah.
David Starr, Timmy Hill made 6 starts. Hill made 5 in.
Okay.
All right.
I got you.
John Bird, hauler driver from the number 38 front row in the NASCAR Cup Series, car chief. Yeah, so they've all been, a couple of them been suspended for drugs. Other people have been handed for behavioral misconduct. So I didn't really, again, I'm not going to, dog NASCAR.
Not anybody important.
No.
Well, here's the question I have. I didn't know that they followed drug policy for their crew chiefs. I thought maybe that was just
everybody.
Yeah, I think they do.
Everybody,
you don't.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Know. I'm going. I mean,
they're the last person to handle the car before it goes out on the track. You don't need some guy high on coke out there like, it looks all right. Send it.
Yeah.
Then you kill your driver. Yeah.
Or somebody else.
Or somebody else. Yeah.
You get somebody in the stand seriously hurt, or dead. The last thing, if they're 3,400-pound pieces of steel and aluminum traveling in excess of 200 miles an hour at certain places, hurtling around sometimes 33 degrees of banking.
Yeah, the last thing auto racing needs is another tragedy. So
absolutely.
The last thing that NASCAR needs is a piece of spark coming up and killing somebody.
Yes, you don't need that. The sport.
Yeah,
they've been enough through in the racing world with tragedies, so we don't need more of that. Thank you.
Yeah. So that's kind of why those policies are in place and apply to both drivers and crew members.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was again one of the things that was brought up. That I saw again. I know the season's a couple months away from
about a month
starting back up again. So
yeah,
it's
the
we can head guys to boxing. I got a couple stories. Obviously the fights happening here in Tampa. I didn't know. I was watching a YouTube clip.
I didn't know
at the Hard Rock in Tampa at the pool, hanging out at the pool at the Hard Rock. I'm like, damn, that's the Hard Rock in Tampa. I didn't know he was here. I know the fight was here. But yeah, it's in Tampa.
Yes, it's a match. Come on.
I did.
Yeah, I didn't know it was in Tampa. I didn't know where it was.
I didn't know it was either. I didn't know it was in Tampa either. So yeah, I saw the YouTube clip.
I'd seen that that Fury had to pull back out of it.
Yeah.
And so he's gonna fight Woodley again.
Oh dear. Well, that should be a good match.
That's right. The fight's on Saturday, right?
Oh, is it? Okay.
Saturday.
Great. I hadn't heard one way or the other.
Pay-per-view, right?
I'm sure it is pay-per-view.
Yeah.
No, I don't see it being any different either, though.
Well, I guess I saw the press conference, part of the press conference today, that if Woodley knocks him out, he gets a $500,000 bonus.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up.
So
no, that's for a straight knockout, not a TKO, right?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it.
I would imagine it would be any kind of.
I'm not really
sure.
Okay.
I mean, a knockout is a knockout, whether it's a TKO or a straight knockout.
Tell the officials.
Speaking of Fury, Tyson Fury has to fight Dylan White after a unification bout fell through for him, so he has to fight to keep the title belt. I didn't know that the champ. I know the champs have to fight every once in a while, but
yeah,
I guess
I thought his next fight was going to be Joshua.
That's what I mean. The Joshua fight fell through. So
okay.
He's
yeah.
And then next will fight Dana White.
Right.
Dana White.
And then Vanna White. And then top it off, Betty White. Okay.
Oh God.
It's going to be 100 in January.
I
know that? 100 next month.
Well, you're starting as new senior citizen, rest UFC and WWE type hybrid. You didn't know that?
Okay.
Boy, shame on you people.
There has been some boxers who have been nominated to the Boxing Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Here recently, and they are as follows: Roy Jones Jr.
Yep.
Choice.
Miguel Cotto. James Tooney, if I'm pronouncing that last name correctly.
Yes.
Regina Hallmuck, a German boxer. Holly Holm is also.
Is it a Boxing Hall of Fame?
That's correct. She started in boxing.
Yeah,
it says former UFC champion Holly Holm, who started in boxing, was one of the 2 women elected along with Regina Hallmuck. Yep.
She's the one that beat
Miguel Cotto.
Glamour Push girl.
And it looks like publicist Bill Captain, Ron Borders, and executive Bob Yellen are also the other. So there are 5 boxers and 3 press people that are being inducted into the Boxing Hall of Fame, which, correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen, is in New York. Am I right?
I think it's in Albany.
Boxing Hall of Fame is that?
I think it's in Albany.
Albany, New York?
Albany, New York.
Okay. New York. Okay. I knew that it was in New York, and I from what I've heard, it's not as not as popular
illustrious.
As say.
It should be though. It's
the
more
Hockey Hall of
sports.
Fame, the NFL. I know that's what I'm guessing because the Golf Hall of Fame in St. Augustine is very nice, and I can't imagine the Boxing Hall of Fame being any worse. I mean, you would think boxing.
Well, then get all that blood on the floor while all the boxing matches going. I think it would be kind of grotesque. So you tend to figure that out. So, and we have over here when Tyson knocked got this guy out. All that blood on the floor. It's terrible. I mean, it's kind of pathetic to look at. You're walking in there like you see all the blood on the floor. Oh, it's terrible. No wonder.
I'm surprised that they don't have like blood on display. Somebody's.
Oh, they do. I'm sure they do.
I don't know. That'd be weird.
I'm sure.
Maybe bloody gloves would be.
There you go. There you go.
A bloody mouthpiece, maybe.
Yeah.
And there's of course a recording of Michael Buffer. Let's get ready to rumble.
Yeah.
That's what you walk in.
Yeah, as you open the doors.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the call as you open the box.
He's gonna kill me when he hears that.
Right.
This quarter, a dumb schmuck is trying to imitate me.
That's real quick, guys. Golf. I don't know if you guys saw that Tiger is back.
Yeah.
See him playing with his son.
Yep, I did see that. Yep.
There was a thing on TikTok. Actually, I've been, Adam's got a good thing on TikTok. I've been watching.
It's fun.
TikTok. There's a TikTok with Tiger and his son, and how they are very similar, and how their mannerisms on the golf course are very, very, very similar. I mean, ideally similar. So that's pretty cool. How he's sitting there in an interview. He goes, just push play. He's like, push play. He pushes play, and it goes through this whole thing of him and his son. So, it's good to see Tiger back. I don't know how.
Although I don't know if it's official PGA event, but you know what? And he's playing with his son, who I hear for his age is pretty good. I don't know if it's gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be just like his dad, but for 12 years old and on the golf course, he's doing pretty good. Of course, he learned from his daddy. But let's see how he holds up in about 5-6 years from now.
Right.
So, I don't know if it's going to be Tiger Tiger the offspring. But, I think maybe with the right kind of training from his dad and a few others, he might be able to make the PGA Tour. Is he going to be as good? I don't know.
That will only time will tell.
I mean, because a lot of people are already comparing to his father. And I think it's kind of premature. I mean, because he's because he's not a clone of his father.
No.
But
I would hope, Lewis, that he turns out to be half of what his dad was.
Yeah, he's going to have so much
pressure on him when he gets out there, because they're going to think, oh, this is Tiger Chapter 2.
Right.
You can't put that much pressure on him.
No, you shouldn't.
Right.
Because, I mean, his niece is on the LPGA Tour. Cheyenne Woods is on the LPGA. And she, again, carries that name, and everybody thinks that she is Tiger.
Yeah.
Female. And she's not even close to him. You can't compare him to.
Just like everyone who carries the Earnhardt name.
Right. There's another one. Yep. There's another one.
Or the Andretti's, or there was another one that passed away.
How about Petty? How about the Petty name too? Richard set the mark there.
Petty,
Well, Lee did it. Lee was the first.
Yeah.
Tom Petty was good too, but no relation.
Good musician.
Al Unser. Al Unser. Al Unser. Big Al.
Big Al.
He just passed away last Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, because you have Al Jr. He had a brother Bobby, and they were all champions too. So
Little
it's
Al,
like a family business, I think.
Yeah, a lot of I mean, you look at how many good ones have come out. I mean, the Griffies.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that it can't. I mean, sometimes it just doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't translate, but I mean, sometimes it does. I mean, who knows what's going to happen with Bronny?
Yeah, no,
I mean, again, and who knows where he's going to be in 3 years when he's like finally 15. Yeah.
You can't put pressure.
Maybe he'll hate golf at that point. Maybe
he could be.
Maybe he won't have anything to
do with it.
Won't want anything to do with the thing, because there is going to be so much pressure. Maybe he'll want a quiet life, take his daddy's money and go be something else. And just do his own thing. Maybe he does love golf. Maybe he'll be the next Tiger Woods. He'll be Tiger Jr. Only time will tell.
Mm-hmm.
And like you were saying, to put pressure on him isn't fair. I mean, he's not his dad.
No,
he's not his dad. And we got to realize
he's only 12.
That. Well, even when he is older, when he's 18, when he's 20, when he's 25, when 30 years from now, when we're old and decrepit and we're looking back on it and we're talking about Tiger too, we'll have to see what kind of career he had. I mean, like you were saying, if he's half as good as his dad was, that'll be a hell of a career in golf.
Yes,
he'll make himself a couple of bucks.
He could win 8 majors, and I think his dad's got 15 or 16 on to his credit.
Yeah, and I mean, how many tour wins?
He won 89 tour wins for Tiger.
If he wins 45 tour wins and 8 majors, that's a Hall of Fame resume right there.
Absolutely.
And he has. But he hasn't broke the record yet.
No, he has not broken.
No, I don't think that. I think that record will stand. I don't think he'll break the.
Well, he's close to it. He's close to it. He's one away from tying it, but I don't think he's going to play that PGA golf anymore.
I would be very surprised if you don't see him in Augusta in April. That's just.
Does that count?
Yes.
Is that still a tour victory?
What, Masters? Yeah.
He wins the Masters. Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
See, I knew it was a major, but I didn't know if it counted as to his overall tour total.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I think, Lewis, correct me if I'm wrong. Is he tied? He's tied with Sam Snead, right?
As we speak. I think he's one away from tying Sam Snead.
One away. Okay, so I think it's 88. I think is the tour wins, the most tour wins ever.
Either he's one away or he is tied. So, but Snead still has it. Yes.
I mean, I'm going to look that up real quick. I know they're close. I think he might be one off.
Yeah.
That's what I remember as him being one behind. But no, I wasn't sure if majors counted for tour wins or not.
Yeah, they count. Oh yeah, they count.
And Jack holds that record.
Jack holds the major record. Yeah.
With
18.
18?
Golden Bear.
Yes, 18 majors. Yep, 18 major championships. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. He has 82 PGA Tour wins, and he's tied for first. So Tiger's tied with him right now.
Okay.
As we speak. Now he has 142 career wins over his career. That's amateur, professional as well. So he's got that. Snead has 7 majors. He won the Masters 3 times, the PGA 3 times, the U.S. Open 4 times, and the Open Championship or British Open once. Okay. So he's won. I'm sorry, I can't win all of those. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's never won the U.S. Open. He's won 1 British Open. He won 3 PGAs and 3 Masters.
Gotcha.
So that's that. But he's
no Players Championships or anything like that. No.
Currently tied for first with Tiger. Tiger's got 82 career wins. 15 majors, winning span from 1996 to 2019. 24-year span where Tiger accomplished 82 wins. Snead was 36 to 65. And Sam Snead passed away in 2002. 30 years. But he has, so if Tiger wins one more PGA Tour event, he's got the record. The record will be his. He'll stand alone. And I really honestly believe, I don't think that record will be vastly broken for a long time.
No, probably not.
It's going to be up there with Lou Gehrig's hit streak record. It's not going to ever be broken.
No,
probably not. Well, the quality of golf is so much higher than it was 20 years ago.
Gretzky's scoring record may never be broken.
Never.
That one like that.
Well,
the goals record may
there is a chance that Ovechkin could do it, but he's running out of time.
To his points, though.
There is a
no one will ever get to almost 3,000 points to break the points record.
No. But the goals record, Ovechkin does have a slight chance.
Ovechkin might break it if he plays another 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
we're in the hunt.
All right, real quick, guys. Did you guys see that Jeff Hardy got released by the WWE after they?
I did, yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard
again.
Yeah, substance abuse is what I heard.
Now, I've been reading some rumors that it was fake to go to AEW, and I don't know if those.
Then I've heard that it was real.
Yeah,
and that I've heard other people saying that the AEW shouldn't sign him.
Yeah.
Well, I know the only reason that he would there is because Matt's there. That's the only reason.
Is Matt there?
Matt's there, so to be closer to his brother. But obviously,
they've been.
Jeff, if you not that you're going to hear us talk because we're just some small time podcast crew, but anybody out there, guys, that these are tough times of the year for a lot of people. The holidays are here. If you have any issues, please go out and get help because it's there.
Talk to somebody.
It's there. And again, I'm not being sponsored or anything, but there's a website that I hear on a lot of videos that I watch on YouTube called betterhelp.com. They'll hook you up with a doctor for any problems that you have. And go get help, guys, because it's out there and it doesn't cost you anything. Go and get help.
Right.
Better than hurting yourself or hurting somebody else. Go get help, because it's – again, guys, I had an emotional day the other day, 2 days ago about my mom. We're getting close to that holiday that my mom loved. Christmas. I did not decorate. I didn't decorate this year because
I haven't decorated either.
Here's why. Because she did it, and she's not here. To me, it's not the same without her being here. So I'll do it next.
Maybe
I'll do it next year, but this
year if it feels right.
Yeah, I'm not.
I understand. I just haven't been able to get into it this year.
Yeah,
it's here and it's happening. I'm just not feeling it this year. This year it's an off year. Maybe next year. We'll see where we're at this time next year.
How's your little one doing, bud?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I'm probably not gonna, with this whole face thing going on. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I've had a toothache from hell all week.
Oh.
And I've got buildup in my up under my lip here, and it hurts, and trying to get it taken care of, and money's tight as always because it always is.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you want to sponsor us, I have an email.
Please.
Yeah, I'll take a couple bucks.
Maybe
but no.
Too.
But no, so yeah, it's a weird year. Coming off of COVID last year.
Yeah.
And where things just didn't feel, things just don't feel like they're back to normal.
No.
It just doesn't feel right. I just haven't had that same holiday spirit that I had a month and a half ago where I was really looking forward to Christmas, and now it's here and I'm like, it's the thing that's happening.
Yeah,
but I'm just not into it this year.
Do you feel more uneasy from last year or this year?
This year.
Wow.
It's not the same.
I felt
last year I was just so happy to get to Christmas, to get over with the year and get the year done and get on to the next year, to get on to 2021 and maybe beating Ohio State and winning the Big Ten championship has taken it out of me. I don't know.
Well,
because that was what I wanted for Christmas. My Christmas came back in November. I've been begging Santa. I've been begging Santa for an Ohio State win for the last 5 years. and I finally got one. And you know, it's getting that the ultimate gift. The one thing that I wanted this year more than anything was to beat Ohio State and send them back to Columbus unhappy and be able to bask in it and be able to be in that moment. And I haven't stopped smiling for 2 weeks, 3 weeks now, whatever it is.
3.
And you know, so my Christmas, I already had Christmas. I beat Ohio State. That's all I wanted. I wanted an Ohio State win and some fancy new socks, which I got. I got fancy new socks, and I'm a happy camper. You know, I had. That's a goal. They counted it. Okay.
I think I need to go to the swamp more often because see, I was there when they won. So
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'll send you next year. Damn it! If that's what it takes, I'll send you.
No, they'll be in Tallahassee next year. I'll be in enemy territory.
No. You are going to Gainesville next year. You are going to Gainesville next year. I don't care where they're playing. You are going to. You may be the only one in the stadium. But
he's going to Gainesville.
Here's the thing. USF goes there next year. I'm going to try to get a single press pass. To go to the swamp to see USF play on the road.
Okay, that's cool. That's
awesome. Ask and see if that can. I also tried to get credits, guys, for the Outback Bowl too. So I know.
Okay, cool.
Penn State playing Arkansas. I went 2 years ago when Auburn played Minnesota, and it was the best. Up till this point, it was the best experience I've ever had being a credential writer. The way that we were treated. And stuff like that by Outback is again everyone, and you know, again, if I have to wear a mask again, I don't care. I'll go.
But it was a great game too.
Yeah.
Well, it was a great game. Minnesota kicked Auburn's ass, but I mean, it was.
But wasn't it? It was pretty close. I think it was like 36-30 or something like that.
It was close in the end. And the funny thing is, Tyler Johnson was on Minnesota, was the game MVP, and guess who he got drafted by? The Buccaneers. So he's right back in the stadium he played his last college game in. So yeah, that was interesting too.
Was that 2019, right?
2019's Outback Bowl.
Yeah.
Yep. Because I don't think there was one last year. I don't think they had the Outback.
I don't remember.
I don't think so.
Because of COVID, I don't remember if they did. I know I didn't get a press pass because I think they were limiting how many people they had in the press.
No, it was last year.
Yeah,
it was. It was 20. It was before. No, that was the 20.
The goal. There we go. Victor Edmond. 2-1.
No, 2020. That was January 1st of 2020.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Yes, I apologize.
Minnesota.
Yes, there was no
31.
Was there a game last year, Bud, on January 1st of this year?
Yeah, and that was Mississippi, Indiana.
Yeah, I saw.
Okay, got you. Okay,
it was January 2nd of this year. I forgot that the Outback Bowl was held before the pandemic all got kicked off. I forgot about that. I was thinking that it was during the. I forgot that was.
It's a New Year's. It's a New Year's Day bowl game.
Yes,
right.
It's not one of the major ones. Obviously, we'll know our 2 national championship teams the night before, so we'll all know on New Year's Eve who will be in the national title game.
You know, which doesn't make a lot of sense when you think about it. I mean, you're going to have the national championship game before you have any of these other games to play that don't mean much. So that's kind of weird when you think about it.
Yeah.
But I find it weird. Play all the minor games first, and then do the.
Well, I'm hoping here in a couple years, all those minor bowls will actually mean something.
Right.
Except the Outback Bowl.
I think the Outback Bowl will become one of the playoff games.
Well, then again, the Fiesta Bowl, then that was a minor bowl game when that started in 1979.
Yeah, I think it would help these games to upgrade them into a playoff format.
I think it would.
You know, because I think that you wouldn't have you'd have the made for TV bowls where, you know, Idaho plays Western Kentucky or whoever.
Oh, what, the Iowa Potato Bowl is gonna be a major bowl game? Oh yeah,
No, I think those bowls will stay minor bowls, but all of your New Year's Six bowls will become major.
As they should.
Then that would be cool to see the Outback Bowl be a playoff game. That would be awesome.
And then but how do you do that though? I mean, because if you have, think about, you have the national semifinals on New Year's Eve, right? On the 31st, right? And then you have a week off between those games and the playoff games. Mm-hmm. But if you have the New Year's Six bowls if you have 3 games on New Year's Day, you have 3 teams that are going to be. You're gonna have to play a semifinals game, the week after New Year's.
Yeah.
And then you have to play the championship game a week after that. So do you make the championship game New Year's Day? I mean, and then those bowls get moved back, and then you only have the one New Year's Day bowl.
That would be interesting.
Or do you leave it the way it is and then add more bowls in January? And you have 2 weekends in January.
I think what I would more lean towards them extending it out further, because it's just the NCAA can make more money. I think that's what they'll look at. They'll take,
because how do you do? Yeah. I mean, if you have a 12-team playoff, unless you had,
games will have to be played.
Well, you had a 12-team. That might be how you do it. Is have more games the week prior to New Year's that are playoff games, and then New Year's Day would be semifinals games, and you would have 4 games on New Year's Day that are semifinal games, and then you would have your championship game the week before.
Yeah,
or the week after, I should say.
Because they have the semifinals games on New Year's Eve, which no one's going to
So then you'd have,
because everybody's getting plastered by 7:00.
Right.
Well, I'm not going to do it, but still. And then you got the New Year's games, which was like semi-important. And then you got this toilet bowl game on the 4th, which nobody's going to give a crap about. And then you got to play the championship game on the 10th. Is it me, or is there something wrong with this schedule?
Well, here's another question I have to too. So most college football games, I know some of them are played on Thursdays, some are played on Fridays.
Yes.
But why is it that the national championship game is played on a Monday instead of a Saturday?
I hate it. I guess I figure more people would be watching on Monday, because Saturday, like I said, people would rather get drunk.
I understand that, but I'm thinking every college football game, most of them are on Saturdays. Now, I know, obviously, the 31st is on a Friday this year, obviously.
Yes.
But, I mean, I would rather have it on a Saturday and have it at 8 o'clock at night, if that's the case.
I would, too.
Well, no, because they interfere with the New Year's coverage, dropping the ball.
Well, no, what I mean is the national.
It would absolutely crush.
Yeah.
It would clean up, and it wouldn't even be close.
I mean, that's just my question. I know, and I know they. You're right, Lewis. They do it because they know more people will watch on a Monday night compared. But if you're gonna do it on a Monday, how about kick it off at 7 instead of 8?
Yeah.
So the national people that actually go to work the next day,
I
know,
watch the whole game.
So I can't.
The West Coast people are gonna bitch like, I just gotta work. I missed the first quarter. I guess.
And that's where and that's why it starts at 8. Because then everyone on the West Coast.
Yeah, everyone.
Be bitching about that.
Right. Starts at 5 o'clock. Yeah. Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's really a situation when you think about it, but still.
Yeah.
You gotta try. Well, I guess the worst case scenario for the West Coast, you missed the first quarter. Hey, the game was 4 quarters, people. You didn't miss the whole game.
I know. Which I'd rather miss the first. I'd rather lose the first quarter and watch the rest of it than lose the last quarter because I got to go to bed or take a day off of work, which I need to put in for anyway.
Right.
Because I could, and could be in the national championship game. I need to have that day off just in case.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that Emmanuel Nunez got knocked out this past weekend?
I did not.
No.
Bantamweight championship to Pena.
Wow.
Yep.
Heard about it.
Wow.
Yep. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let me rephrase that. Did not get knocked out. She submitted. She got submitted.
Oh, okay.
Submitted to submission.
Yeah.
But still
submitted.
She said after she lost that she said, I underestimated my opponent. She says, I want a rematch. I think they've already agreed to rematch.
Yeah, it should have an automatic rematch.
And she still holds, what does she hold? She held the bantamweight and the lightweight championship. I think both.
Okay.
I know she has 2 of them. I know Nunez had 2 of them. I don't remember. I know because strawweight is what's his name? The girl that shirt with the buzz cut. I can't remember her dang name now. She won it just recently on one of the pay-per-views I watched. So she was there when
I don't remember her name.
Juliana won on Saturday. But yeah, that's just small stuff. Got I see that the Grey Cup is over. The CFL is over.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of champion. You can go to the Olympics. It looks like there was a $380 million settlement between the U.S. gymnastics team for that dumbass Nasser.
Yeah, sir.
So the victims all get a portion of that $380 million lawsuit.
Yes.
But yes, it looks like that the United States team is going to do a diplomatic boycott. Obviously, the games are in China. Right. And the United States and China are not vibing right now very well between each other.
Yeah.
Diplomatic only, though, but the games will go on.
That's a political thing. I'm not going to get into that because that's not this type of show. That's not.
It's Iran all over again.
Yeah. I guess the Arizona Coyotes almost got locked out of their arena for not paying the bills.
Yeah. They almost that was almost bad.
But it was caused by the stupid human error or whatnot. So somebody screwed it up. But I'm glad to see they're going to finish out their season, even though they're going to be a dump heap by the time the season's over.
Yes,
but, at least give them a chance to finish out the season before they move to another arena. I mean, you're going to lock them out and have them play the rest of the season. That's not right. Even though you do suck, but still, you always have them finish out the season.
They're towards the bottom of the league right now in the National Hockey League anyway.
Oh yeah.
But I think Gary Bettman has come out and said they're not relocating. But I've heard the front runners in Houston, and the reason I know that is the owner of the Rockets not contacted me directly. But I mean, wants to pursue bringing them to Houston. He thinks that hockey can work in Houston. Obviously, if it works in Dallas, he figures it could. But then if you think about this, if it works in Las Vegas, it can work in Houston. I mean,
they had a team in the WHA many years ago.
Okay. Yep, the Arrows.
Yes. Gordie Howe was on that team.
Yep.
Okay. Now, were they part of the expansion of the NHL or no?
No, they didn't.
Okay.
I think they folded. They didn't merge with. They didn't become anybody else.
Oh, no. So they were part of the WHL. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Edmonton came over there. I think Calgary did. The Jets,
right when they were still in Atlanta.
Yeah, the Jets came over there, and they still
right. There's Winnipeg.
There was one more. There was a
lot of Canadian teams that moved from the WHL to the NHL after the merger.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, 4 teams moved from the WHA to the NHL.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, yeah. So everything's, I mean, again, what are we about? We're almost to the halfway point in hockey. I know close.
Somewhat, yeah.
Because the Olympic break is right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, does anything jump out at you guys? I mean, I don't think
Red Wings are a playoff team?
Huh?
Red Wings are a playoff team right now? If the playoffs were to start today, we'd have the second wild card.
Yeah.
That would be a good thing.
Rangers will have that too.
I'm good with it.
How about can
we talk about how bad the Islanders are?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on there?
Well, of course, Lewis will do that because he's a Rangers fan, so he
likes
right.
Well,
it's not breaking his heart. It'll be terrible.
Well, I should be touring the Islanders because Eric rest his soul was an Islander fan. So.
Yes. What a great guy he was too.
Yeah.
Although
I just don't see how you go from being to Stanley Cup Finals semifinalist one year and then absolutely drowning the next.
That's kind of where I'm at.
Same question. Ask Montreal the same question.
Well, they've got a lot of issues there. I think that Montreal, I expected them to turn down. They way overachieved than what they should have and what they were supposed to. 2 years. Last year, there should have been. There was no reason for them to be as good.
No,
as they were.
Incidentally, they're playing tonight against the Flyers with no crowd.
Really?
Yeah, Bell Center.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, Canada is becoming a mess now with the COVID because the Canadian teams the Raptors, the Maple Leafs, and the Senators. They're reducing crowds because it's spreading into Canada, and the Montreal region is experiencing a surge. So with the Montreal government, they said, I had to play without crowds tonight. That doesn't mean it's going to be throughout the season, but as for right now, they are playing without crowds.
Again,
there's been no decision of what they'll do with the Bruins on Saturday, though, because that's also a home game for the Habs.
Probably no crowds or limited crowds again, I would imagine.
Right.
Here, guys, real quick, are the power rankings so far. Again, it's just short, early on. This is NHL.com, by the way. They have Carolina at number 1, the Lightning at 2, the Panthers at 3, the Capitals at 4, the Leafs at 5, the Wild at 6, the Avalanche at 7, the Rangers at 8.
Yeah.
The Blues at 9, the Pittsburgh Penguins at 10, Calgary at 11, Vegas at 12, Nashville at 13, Anaheim at 14, Edmonton at 15, Boston at 16, and then those are the top 16. Yes, they just went 1 through 16. Why didn't they give us the whole league? That's interesting. Okay, why did
that's something that they've been doing all year.
Stop that. Yeah, as of right now, as far as the NHL goes,
we're
2-1 Montreal. 2-1 Philadelphia. After 2 in Montreal, the Lightning lead Ottawa 2-1 at home. The Kings are up 3-1 over Florida in Sunrise. Vegas is up 2-1 over the Devils. The Red Wings and Hurricanes are tied at 3 after 2. The Islanders are up 2-0 over Boston as we speak at home. And Nashville's up 1-0 over the Colorado Avalanche as the first period is winding down. Minnesota's up 1-0 over Buffalo at the end of 1. And then the later games are Toronto. Calgary's been postponed. I'm sorry. You have
I did see that.
Blue Jackets and Oilers at 9, and Vancouver and the Sharks are at 10:30. That's Eastern Standard Time, guys. Again, if you're on the West Coast, it's 7:30, and of course, then it's
check your local listing.
6 o'clock.
5:30 in Hawaii.
6 o'clock on the East Coast or West Coast for the Edmonton game as well.
Where were the Devils in the rankings?
I didn't go. Hang on a second. Let me pull up the power rankings for the NHL because that was just the top 16.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's something that ESPN, wasn't it?
That was NHL. That was NHL Power 16. Let me pull up something else here. Okay, so here, let's see. This is ESPN.com. So let's see how ESPN has them ranked. Again, everyone's, guys, in case you're out there, everyone's power rankings do differ.
A little bit, yeah.
Depends on how. See, ESPN's power rankings, they have the Florida Panthers at 1.
Right.
They have Toronto at 2, Calgary at 3, Washington at 4, Carolina at 5, New York at 6, Minnesota at 7, Tampa Bay at 8, Edmonton at 9, Colorado at 10, Anaheim at 11, Dallas at 12, Pittsburgh at 13, Boston at 14, Vegas at 15, Winnipeg is 16, St. Louis is 17, Nashville's 18, Detroit is 19, 20 is LA, 21 is Columbus, 22 is the Devils, 23 is San Jose, 24 is Chicago. We could talk about the Blackhawks too. They reached an agreement with Mr. Beach. Philadelphia is at 25. The Islanders are at 26. Vancouver's at 27. The Kraken are at 28. Ottawa's at 29. Montreal is at 30. Buffalo's at 31. And rounding out the top 32 is the Arizona Coyotes.
Oh, okay. That was a goal. Yep.
So,
apologies to Diane. Sorry.
So, yes.
But, we're about halfway through.
Yeah.
It's a long season. It's a grind. We're not to the Christmas break yet. We still have the Olympics to be decided. It's not early, but it's not late anymore. It's not late, but it's not early anymore.
Right.
In the immortal words of Macho Man Randy Savage, the cream will rise to the top.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is where you'll start to see the the chaff being separated.
Yes,
we'll see. We'll see which teams are making moves to get better, and which teams are just, or which teams are offloading to get younger.
Right.
Right.
I kind of think, because I'm a Red Wings fan. This team I follow, I got them on right now. It's my team I follow the closest. Right now, I just say stay pat. I mean, you got nothing. You're not a cup contender, so it doesn't make any sense to go out and get a guy.
No.
But you're not a basement dweller, so it doesn't make sense to trade anybody. Stay pat, stay the course, trust the process.
Yes.
And
with your GM, buddy, I think that's what they're going to do.
That's unless you've got some blockbuster blow me away trade that's going to make me instantly 10 times better. Don't worry about calling me, because I'm not answering the phone.
There you go.
I want I don't at this point I don't want draft picks. I don't want lottery guys. I want to just stay where I'm at. I've got half a dozen guys in my farm system that are all looking like generational talents at their position.
Right.
I'm happy where I'm at. I'm extremely happy where I'm at compared to where I was at 2 months ago at the start of the season.
Yeah.
Or even this time last year. The only question I have, and I still don't think Jeff Blashill is the answer, is where do we get a coach that can take these guys to the next level? Is that Jeff Blashill? I haven't seen it. In the 7 years he's been there, they've made the playoffs one time, and the rest of it, they've never finished above 7.
Right.
So,
okay.
And you can tell me, he hasn't had the players. So what? Look at what the Islanders have done with nobodies. Look at what Carolina's done with nobody. Look at what Colorado did with nobody. That guy in Colorado has taken average and slightly above average players and one superstar and made the playoffs 4 out of the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't tell me that you can't make it work. I mean, it's hockey. It's not football. It's not basketball. It's not baseball. You don't need world beaters in hockey. You need to play solid, fundamental, disciplined hockey. Mind your gaps. Make the smart play. Get it in. Get it chip and chase. Get it deep. Get up in the forecheck. I mean, it's the stuff that you've been taught since you were knee-high to a grasshopper.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys heard, too, that the Chicago Blackhawks, I guess,
reached some kind of settlement
with Powell Beach.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad
I don't think there's any amount of...
We talked about that when that thing first broke, on the whole making it go away aspect of it. I got my money. It's done. It's dusted. It's over with, and I ain't got to worry about it again. So I understand that. I get it.
Well, I mean, again, I think, and I watched the interview that he did, and I don't think there's any amount of money on the planet that can make that go away.
But what I mean is that he doesn't have to answer those questions anymore.
Yes.
I mean, he does, and it's over. It's done with. Yeah. It's done with. It's over. It's done and dusted. It's over. He can walk away with it. The money is in his pocket, and he can walk away from it. He doesn't have to spend it in the next year and a half, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. In law, in lawyers' offices, and going through the media circus, he does a couple interviews now, and that's it. He can go off in the sunset, take his money. It's not going to take away the pain. It's not going to take away the hurt and the embarrassment.
Exactly.
It's
not going to fix it.
Right.
Because, and for me, though, the unfortunate thing as an outsider is that no one's going to prison for this shit.
And that's the second
no one's being punished. I mean, I know he's getting paid. He's getting paid well. I assume I haven't seen the terms of the settlement, nor do I care.
I thought the guy that did it was under arrest for molesting a kid.
I don't know. Maybe
I thought that's what I heard. I could be wrong.
I don't remember. I've slept since then, so
yeah.
I don't remember. But my thing is that when it comes to this kind of thing, and if you want to look it up, you're more than welcome to, and I'd be happy to be wrong. But when it comes to this kind of thing, I understand wanting to make it go away and be done with it, not have to think about it, not have to spend the next 3 years in and out of courtrooms every day.
Exactly.
And having to hear all of the questions constantly.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean that does. I mean, now, like you said, now you can, he's
Move
got
on.
his money and he can move on with it, stuff like that.
And he doesn't have to face the media every single day for the next 3
Correct.
years. Well, it's a court battle. I understand that. Because who knows how long this trial could, if it had actually gone to trial, how long it could have,
It'd be a soap opera.
It'd be a circus.
Yeah, yeah, yep.
And it wouldn't have been fun for anybody.
And you know what would happen at the time? At the end of the day, there'd be some movie about it.
He'd still get the same, if it went to a trial, whether it be a jury trial or just a tribunal where it's just judges, who make a final ruling. He probably gets the same deal he was going to get, or maybe a slightly better or slightly worse deal.
Right.
And like we talked about earlier when we were discussing these issues, and the fact is that a good lawyer can come in and get it thrown out, put doubt in the jury's mind, just enough doubt that the jury thinks that they didn't do it or they weren't as culpable as the rest of us think they are.
Right.
And they're also privileged information that we don't have access to.
Correct.
And there's things that go on in a trial, things that are said that don't lend themselves to, as outsiders, we don't get to see that kind of stuff. We don't get to know that kind of stuff until post-trial, after everything's been said and done and dusted. And I'm enjoying that saying today, apparently. But so that's kind of where I'm at on this particular situation, where I'm happy he got paid, and I'm happy it's over for him. I mean, in all honesty, I know, again, like we said, it doesn't fix it. It doesn't make it go away. He's still gonna have to live with it every single day. Yep. I mean, it's gonna haunt his nightmares from now until forever.
He takes his last breath. Yep.
But he at least got recompense in a small way.
Right.
And the other thing is that that dude's not working anymore. Hopefully he goes to prison. Stan Bowman's gone. Quenneville's out. Was it Quenneville?
Yeah.
Quenneville's gone. I mean,
well, I'm sorry, he didn't get fired. He stepped down.
He resigned.
As head coach. Yeah.
Yeah, he resigned.
I think he'll be a coach again. I think as one of those things. Once the dust blows over. I'm not going to say next year or even the year after, but someday.
He's too old at this point. He's
somebody
too old.
Will roll the dice with.
He's in his mid-70s, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Quenneville.
Mm-hmm.
He's up there in age anyway, so I think he's done.
Hey, if Tony La Russa can manage baseball, I think he can coach hockey.
Well, Tony La Russa can't manage, so not anymore.
Just saying. I'm making a joke.
I'm making a shot. I'm taking a shot at Tony La Russa for being an old curmudgeon.
I mean, and the White Sox. The White Sox were what we thought they all were. They were a team that went in the regular season. They went into the playoffs
and overachieved.
Fizzled out. They fizzled out.
They overachieved in 2020.
The White Sox fizzled out.
Well, they overachieved in 2020, and they were better than they should have been in 2020, and they took a step back in 2021. I mean, it happens. I kind of think that's where Montreal, going back to what we were talking about the NHL, is that's where Montreal is at right now.
Yes.
Yeah. They overachieved in 2021. They don't have Carey Price. They don't have Shea Weber. I mean,
there's your mistake right there.
That's.
Carey's on his way back, but he's going through mental.
Mental. He's getting his head right.
Yep.
And Weber may be done for the year or done forever.
Career. I think his career.
With a knee injury.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what the rumor is, that he's not coming back anytime soon.
Yeah.
And that's sad too, because he's a hell of a player. Never got a chance to get his name. Shouldn't say never got a chance to get his name on the cup. Never got his
chance on. Yeah.
What was his condition again?
Something to do with his knee, I believe.
Yeah, I think I heard that.
His knee, he had a knee injury at the end of the year. Last year, played through the pain, and then now is
right now. I remember.
Yeah,
because again, guys, hockey players somehow have that pain tolerance where they play with broken fingers and broken wrists and stuff. They just play through it, and just to play because they can win. But any other sport, they're out for a week, month,
at
2 months. They sit out.
Yeah.
Baseball players especially. And again, I'm not trying to call baseball players out, but if you broke your ankle, you're out for 2 months.
Right.
Where an NHL player would have it taped up and be back on the ice that same night.
And don't forget they have one good hell of a dental plan too.
Well,
yes, and that they do too. Good point there, Lewis.
Why is that more popular in America? Americans have a faster to keep with the front teeth. Mm-hmm.
Do you guys want to talk anything about the MLB? I know they're still negotiating. Nothing.
What
new.
MLB?
They're not talking at all.
They're not even talking.
Okay, I thought
they're not even talking to each other. So what do we have to talk about?
Okay, well then rule them.
I meeting and like I said before, screw this, going home.
And then the NBA. You guys want to talk about the NBA?
Yeah, we talk a little bit about NBA.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I guess again, this is.
Should we address the elephant in the room?
Which one?
Stephen Curry's shooting.
He broke the record, correct?
He broke the 3-point record.
Yeah, that was a foregone conclusion, though. I mean,
with Ray Allen and Reggie Miller in attendance. That's
badass. Reggie was calling the game.
Yeah, I mean, I'll put it this way: I got some mixed feelings. Like, okay, I'm happy he broke the record, which I knew was going to happen, but he did it against my Knicks. Thank you very much.
Was it an MSG or was it at home?
It was an MSG.
Yeah, it was an MSG.
Well, so it was in New York. He broke it in New York. Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yep.
The first quarter.
I was going to say the Trailblazers filed their general manager for toxic work environment, and then the Grizzlies set an NBA record, beating the Thunder by 73 points. That happened. I think,
that was an ass whooping and a half.
That was a whooping. Speaking of, there was a women's college basketball team that was even worse than that. It was a 118-point victory. Yeah, that was
wow.
Now that was a trash number. That was a trash number.
But yes,
that's not even the record.
Congrats to Steph Curry on passing the all-time three-point shooter. And obviously that team, to me, I don't watch out of NBA basketball. That's a scary team. Because they haven't got Clay back. They'll get Clay back in a couple weeks.
Yep, Christmas. I can't wait to see them play.
Yeah,
it's going to be scary when he comes.
I think that's your Western Conference Finals preview.
Is that the 5:00 game, Adam?
I think so. It sounds right. On Christmas Day?
Oh, yeah, sounds right. Do you know anything about
how many games are on the NBA is on Christmas Day? Are there 3 or
5?
5 or 6.
5 games?
5.
Is there any NFL games
5.
on that day, or is it just
2.
NBA?
2.
There's two
NFL games on?
Well, remember, because Christmas is on a Saturday this year. I mean, if Christmas is on a Tuesday or Wednesday, you wouldn't have that. But being that Christmas is on a weekend this year,
yeah.
So there's
for the NFL.
2 NFL games and 5 NBA games. Is there any NHL games that day?
No, they have not played Christmas since 1971.
Okay, so there's no NHL games being played. Okay.
And no NASCAR.
No cricket or
I don't think there's any. No NBA. There's no NCAA football being played or basketball.
There might be. There should be some basketball games.
And there's NCAA basketball that day. Okay.
And there is a college football game on, but it's of very little importance.
Okay.
It's important to those guys.
I think it's the Aloha Bowl.
Not to the 2 teams.
Important to me. Still a real game to me. Damn it.
Okay.
Not the two teams that are playing in the bowl game. It ain't little to them.
Hell no.
They're playing for a bowl game.
Anybody remember the Blue-Gray Bowl? Oh, you guys are too young to remember that.
I think I've heard of it, but no, I don't. I don't.
They always used to play on Christmas Day up until I think the mid-90s. They failed to get a sponsor and it was discontinued. But that was an all-star game though. But they always play. It was always on Christmas Day. It was always the noon game on Christmas Day, which is why now you see the 5 NBA games because they had to replace it with that.
There is
the
Tax Act Camellia Bowl between Georgia State and Ball State. It's 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on December 25th.
And I have Ball State in that game.
So I'm
the only one taking Ball State.
We can go down to the NBA or NCAA scoreboard if you guys want to.
I can do that.
Yeah. You know, of course, in that, right?
I have that.
The first bowl game.
I have it pulled up. So
is the Bahamas Bowl. It's actually tomorrow.
Yep.
Is it?
Noon.
No.
Yep.
Yay! I'm home. Yay! I'm gonna watch that game.
Middle Tennessee against Toledo.
I have Toledo on that one.
Toledo's a 10-point favorite. The over/under being 49.
Toledo, the points and the over. I'm so excited.
All right, I agree with you guys on that one. Then there's a night game between Northern Illinois and Coastal Carolina.
Yeah. What's the line?
They're an 11-point favorite, and the over/under 63.
Coastal Carolina, the over and the points.
Oh yeah.
What are they called? The Chanticleers?
Chanticleers.
Chanticleers.
Okay.
The chicken thing. Chicken thing. I'm so excited now. I am so excited now. Sorry.
Saturday, December 18th is the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl between Western Kentucky and Appalachian State.
App State.
Give me the Mountaineers, the points, and the over.
Yeah, the over under 66.5. And Appalachian State's field goal favorite.
That should be a ball game.
The next game is the PUBG Mobile New Mexico Bowl between UTEP and Fresno State.
Okay.
Fresno State.
Yeah,
They're
I got
the
Fresno
favorite
State.
by 11.5. The over-under being 51.5.
Give me Fresno the points in the over.
Yeah.
Always bet the over, as the Bears say. Always bet the over.
The next game is the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl between UAB and BYU. The Cougars are a 7-point favorite with the over-under being 54.5.
Cougars.
We missed one in there because I have the Celebration Bowl between Jackson State and South Carolina State.
The reason I don't have that, but it's because I have the top 25 up here. Hang on a minute. I changed it.
And I have college.
Yeah,
I have the College Bowl Mania on my fantasy app, so that's what I was going through. Gotcha. I'll call off any ones that you don't have, and we can. And I don't know anything about these two teams. Jacksonville State. I mean, they're 11-1. Don't know the points. Don't know the spread. I can look at the preview real quick.
Turd Bowl.
Yeah, it's one of those made-for-TV bowls that I'm all for. I love them. I think it's great. The more football, the better. Give me football.
Sure,
I love football.
The next game is the Lending Tree Bowl between Eastern Michigan and Liberty. Liberty's a 9.5-point favorite with an over-under being 58. Yeah,
I'm taking Eastern. I know they're the. So in the what the hell was this? The
but remember, guys,
Celebration Bowl. The line is Jacksonville State -10 over under 42. I still like Jacksonville State. Give me the points in the over.
I'm gonna take Liberty. But remember, guys, Liberty only plays what they need.
Okay. The next one I have is the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl presented by Stifel, Utah State versus Oregon State.
Utah State.
Oregon State.
Give me Utah State. What's the line?
The line is the Beavers are a 7-point favorite with the over-under being 67.
Well, yeah, Utah State that win outright.
I got a stupid question though. How did Jimmy Kimmel get a bowl game?
I have no idea. That's a good question.
Because he paid for it.
I mean, look. I mean, Jimmy Fallon doesn't have one. I mean, Stephen Colbert doesn't have one. Johnny Carson never got one. So what makes Jimmy Kimmel so special?
He has the money to pay for one.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
it's
fine.
as simple as that. If the three of us wanted to have the Walker Report Bowl, if we put up $10 million, we could have the Walker Report Bowl. I'm all here for that. Let's do it.
That would be badass if we could.
Let's raise the $10 million and do it. Damn it.
That would be badass.
I mean,
that's for this year though.
Not this year, but we're a little late for 2021. But we're gonna get right on that in 2022.
Make it 2024.
2024.
Oh my
God.
Well, one of these days we'll have our own bowl.
Right.
We'll invite we'll invite some teams.
Yeah.
You're gonna have
seriously, Jimmy Kimmel got one, but Johnny Carson never could one. Amazing.
And Johnny Carson didn't want to pay for a bowl game. So.
The R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl between the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana and Marshall.
Yeah, I got the
Thundering Herd.
I got the Cajuns.
Marshall. Cajuns are a 5-point favorite with the over-under being 55.
The Cajuns, the points in the over.
Yep.
Always bet the over.
Then Monday the 20th, you have the Myrtle Beach Bowl presented by. My cursor went down on me. Jesus, oh dang it! I changed. That's what happened. My mouse changed and it changed to the ACC. ACC. Not that I'm dissing on the ACC at the present moment.
Well, if he wants, will.
Presented by Tax Act, you have Old Dominion against Tulsa. Now that's an AAC count.
Tulsa
team.
Yeah,
Tulsa. 9.5-point favorite. The over/under being 52.5.
Tulsa, the points and the under on this one.
Yeah. Now again, that's the Golden Hurricanes. I'm not really sure how they became the Golden Hurricanes, but that's.
No, that's true. Probably a good one, but I don't know it. I wouldn't think the last word I would associate with a hurricane would be golden, but
yeah.
Yeah,
this is a golden hurricane. Hoorah!
I wouldn't be calling it a hurricane.
Golden typhoon.
Yeah.
When we get through this, I will look it up.
Here we go, Lewis. Here's the famous Idaho Potato Bowl on Tuesday, the 21st. Kent State versus Wyoming.
I have Wyoming.
Wyoming's a 3-point favorite with the over-under being 59.
That's it?
Wyoming, the points, and the under on this one.
Yes.
Okay. The next one is the Tropical Smoothie Cafe Frisco Bowl between the UTSA Roadrunners and the San Diego State Aztecs. That's a cool bowl with the whole names with that one.
That should be a fun one. I got the Aztecs too.
Actually, the Roadrunners are a 2-point favorite with the over-under being 49.
Interesting.
The Roadrunners
to San Diego State to win outright and give me the over.
The next one is the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl. Missouri will be on the road in Fort Worth to play Army, who just blew one against Navy this past
week. One they shouldn't have lost.
Not at all. I agree with that.
Army.
Yeah, I would say Army too. I think Army. Even though I'm an SEC guy, I got to pull.
Yeah, I got Army.
Golden Knights or Black Knights. I'm sorry, they're the Black Knights. I apologize. Thursday, the 23rd, the day before Christmas Eve, there are 2 games in the top 25. First is the Frisco Football Classic between North Texas and Miami of Ohio.
North Texas.
Okay.
I got Miami, Ohio in an upset.
Yeah, the Miami of Ohio is a 3-point favorite with the over-under being 54.
I think there's always a couple of those every bowl year where where you have a surprise winner. And I got Miami, Ohio to find out they're the favorite.
So
the other game I am hoping to be at in person, and that is the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl between the UCF Golden Knights and the Florida Gators. The Gators are a 6.5-point favorite with the over-under being 55.5.
I'm gonna take UCF.
The Gators are in a transition. It's going to be tough. Emory Jones is going to the transfer portal. I don't know if you guys heard that or not.
I think I heard.
I hadn't heard that, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah, he's going to the transfer portal after the game. Now he's going to play the bowl game in a Gator uniform, then transfer after the game. That makes a lot of sense, but it is what it is. We do have one game on Christmas Eve in the top 25, and that's the Easy Post Hawaii Bowl. And obviously you could think who's in this game. Memphis goes all the way out to Honolulu to play Hawaii. Memphis is a 7.5-point favorite with the over being 55.5.
Memphis.
I got Hawaii. I just, one of those it's a feeling kind of games.
I think they win at home. I think Hawaii wins at home. It'll just be that way.
Just because, it's one of those. It's one of those ones where they shouldn't win.
Yeah.
You have a couple. Like I said, you have a couple of those every bowl season where you have a team that shouldn't win.
Yeah. Well, you just like boy.
Monday, the 27th, is the Quick Lane Bowl between Western Michigan and Nevada. Western Michigan's a 6-point favorite with the over-under being 56. That's at Ford Field in Detroit.
Nevada. I already said.
I got Western.
They're going to have a lot of people there, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah. It's right down the road.
I'm trying to think about that a minute.
The next one, guys, is the Military Bowl presented by Peraton. That's Boston College. They're in Annapolis at the Naval Academy. Boston College will be playing East Carolina.
I got East Carolina.
Yeah, I went with East Carolina.
Okay. They're BC's the favorite at 3, and the over/under.
Yeah, I still like Carolina. I'm happy with Carolina.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with Carolina.
The next one. Again, there are no bowl games on Sunday the 26th. That's the NFL.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Crazy to put that on there. Tuesday the 28th, you start with the Ticket Smarter Birmingham Bowl, and that has the Houston Cougars and the Auburn Tigers.
Auburn.
I got Houston.
Okay. Auburn's
it's going to be a whole game for Auburn, though.
Being 51.5. Okay. The next game is the Servpro First Responders Bowl. Air Force against Louisville.
Air Force.
Okay.
Air Force. Louisville doesn't strike me. No, I'm going to go Louisville.
Okay.
The next game is the AutoZone Liberty Bowl between Mississippi State and Texas Tech. That's in Memphis, Tennessee.
Mississippi State.
Okay. All right. The San Diego Community Credit Union Holiday Bowl is the UCLA Bruins against the NC State Wolfpack.
I have the Wolfpack.
Bruins.
Okay.
If it was basketball, I'd take NC State, though.
The next game is the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. That's at 10:15 p.m. in Arizona, as you have the West Virginia Mountaineers against the Minnesota Golden Gophers.
Mountaineers.
Minnesota.
Okay.
Now, what's that guaranteed rate is about? Like 2%, 1%? I forget. That's
2.3, I think, is the going rate right now.
Is that what it was? Okay. I thought it was higher.
Wednesday the 29th, you have the Wasabi Fenway Bowl in Boston, Massachusetts at Fenway Park. It's SMU.
I wonder where they're going to play that at.
That's kind of cool to turn Fenway Park into a football field. That's
yeah.
You used to do that in New York, too.
They do that at Tropicana Field, too. Here in St. Pete. Yep.
I got Virginia.
Virginia.
The
next one is actually at Yankee Stadium.
My favorite
Pinstripe Bowl. Maryland is playing Virginia Tech.
Tech.
Okay.
My
favorite bowl game.
The next one is the Cheez-It Bowl, and that's the Clemson Tigers versus the Iowa State Cyclones.
You know Cyclones.
Clemson.
That is in Orlando, Florida. I don't know why I didn't get credentials for that game. I could travel to Orlando.
Yeah.
The next one, guys, is
throw it up against the wall, see what sticks.
Alamo Bowl. It's Oregon and Oklahoma.
Oregon. Oklahoma's in disarray.
Oregon.
Okay. Then we move to the 30th, and now you have two teams that I believe played each other in the last week of the season, meeting again in the Duke's Mayo Bowl, as you have the Tar Heels versus the Gamecocks, the Battle of North and South Carolina.
I like North.
Yeah. North.
Okay, yeah, the Tar Heels are a 9.5-point
basketball.
Favorite. Yep. The next one is the Trans-Perfect Music Bowl between the Tennessee Volunteers and the Purdue Boilermakers.
Tennessee.
Purdue.
That's in Nashville, Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Okay. Then you have the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, and that is Pittsburgh versus Michigan State.
Pittsburgh.
Gotta go Michigan State.
Kenneth Walker's not going to play. They're going to get their ass handed to him. Pittsburgh can throw the ball. Michigan State can't cover the pass. Pittsburgh all the way.
The next game is at 10:30 p.m. in Las Vegas. That is the Wisconsin Badgers versus the Arizona State Sun Devils.
A very, very disappointing consolation prize for a minute for Wisconsin. They win. They beat Arizona.
Badgers.
And then, of course, then New Year's Eve, there's a couple games other than the two big ones. The first one is the Taxslayer Gator Bowl between the Wake Forest Demon Deacons and the Texas A&M Aggies.
Texas A&M, Wake Forest is basketball.
Yeah, A&M, definitely.
The next game is Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, which is the Washington State Cougars against the Miami Hurricanes.
I got Washington State.
Washington State, and it's going to be great.
Yeah, there you go. The next one is the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl between Central Michigan and Boise State in Tucson,
CMU.
Arizona.
Boise.
All right, Chip.
All right, Taylor.
And then we get to the two big ones starting at 3:30 p.m. In the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. You have the number 4 Cincinnati Bearcats against the number 1 Alabama Crimson Tide.
I'm going to go the upset and go with Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Alabama. No.
I think Alabama is gonna clean their clocks. I have a funny feeling.
It's going to be ugly early.
Yeah.
Bryce Young is going to show why he approved.
Yeah.
He's going to show why he won the Heisman.
The 7:30 game is in Miami Gardens, Florida. Number 3 Georgia against number 2 Michigan.
Georgia.
That's a tough pick. That really is a tough pick.
Go ahead.
It is.
You go first.
Tell
me why Georgia's going to win this game.
You can go ahead and explain that. I
don't
know. It's a tough pick.
Right,
I know Alabama will be a shoo-in. This game right here can go either way, in my opinion.
I love it. 7-8. Yeah, I love it all day. Been underdogs all year. And sleep on Michigan and see what happens. Let's go SU. Sleep on Michigan, see what happens. Michigan all the way. They have everything we set out to do this year. Win or die trying. Mm-hmm. Even if we lose this game, it don't matter. We beat Ohio State. Can't take it away from us. No. Who made the playoffs? Who didn't? Michigan State, Ohio State, anybody from the East, anybody else from the West? Can't take it away from us. We're gonna the worst we can finish is number 4.
I'm gonna say this right now.
Let's ride. Let it ride.
The NCAA wants to see Georgia, Alabama again.
Yeah, that's what they wanted. Yeah, that's why they moved. But that's why Alabama went to 1. That's why Alabama went to 1 and Georgia went to 3. Because they didn't want to have that. They didn't want to rematch Alabama and Georgia in the first round.
Right.
If that rematch happens, they want it in the finals.
Yeah.
But you think I'm getting off this train now? Hell no. I've been here since day 1. And we talked about this on the show before. In that lost episode, the one that ended up on that we tried to do on Twitch that never did end up getting streamed. I wish I had that stream back because I'd love to know what our predictions were because I think that was the last stream before the season started. But going back to the Washington game, Washington was down, and they gotten their teeth kicked in by Montana, and they had to travel all the way to Ann Arbor. And the very first play of the game, they false start. Or they delayed the game. It was a delayed game on the very first offensive snap for Washington. They delayed the game. And in that moment, I knew something special could happen. I knew the game against Wisconsin was over in the fourth quarter when they were jumping around. When Wisconsin had jump around going and Wisconsin wasn't into it and Michigan was into it, I knew it was over. When they struggled in the second half against Rutgers, but they never got down on themselves. They never let Rutgers get back in the game. And they gave up one score and shut them down the rest of the way. Sometimes your offense bails your defense out. Sometimes your defense bails your offense out. It's a good quality team win.
Yeah.
Then they have to travel to Nebraska. They got to go to Lincoln. And game's on the line. Their best unit steps up and makes a play. They get the turnover. And their second best unit, the special teams, goes and kicks a game-winning field goal right off into the sunset. Then you lose to Michigan State in a game you shouldn't have lost. And I came on this show and I said, just another disappointing loss in a long string of disappointing losses. And it was a turning point in the season. It had a chance to bury us. You get down about it, and then you lose to Penn State, and you lose to Ohio State. You finish 9-3, and you're in the Peach Bowl, and Michigan State's in the playoffs.
Right.
But they never got down on themselves. They rallied. Every single time they got punched in the mouth against Ohio State, they rallied. Every time Ohio State took a shot, they rallied. And Hassan Haskins went out there and put 5 touchdowns on the board against Ohio State and ran like a man possessed. Then you go to an Iowa team that has been notorious for ruining Michigan seasons for years. And they came out absolutely on fire. And we're up 14-0 before you could blink. Iowa stayed strong and fought for a while. But then late in the fourth quarter, midway through the fourth quarter, they gave up. It was 28-3 at that point, and Iowa surrendered. They punted on 4th and 3 from their own, somewhere in the 30 and 38 or something like that, and the route was on from there. Georgia fans have been talking a lot of shit. Been hearing it for the last week and a half, 2 weeks now. So, yeah. Let's go blue. I mean, we can run with anybody.
The only thing that I could say about Georgia is, again, coming off that ass kicking that they got by Alabama, because it was an ass kicking in the SEC championship game. Kirby Smart, again, having, just like Michigan, having time to prepare for the game definitely is going to help. The better coaches will find a way to win when they have the time to prepare.
And we'll see what kind of coach.
Nick Saban's they're going to blow Cincinnati out because he's going to find every little niche that he can. Now, would it be shocking if the national championship game ends up being Michigan and Cincinnati? No. I think that would be entertaining.
No.
Is it going to be? Probably not.
No, because the NCAA.
Ohio State or Alabama is going to take care of business like they always do.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
I
just can't see
Alabama. It's going to be Alabama, Georgia again, or it's going to be Alabama, Michigan. That's how it's going to end.
I would agree with that.
I
mean, I'll take my, if we get past Georgia, I'll take my chances against Alabama. Let's go. I mean, it's all I've wanted for the last 7 years since Jim got there, was a chance. So give me a chance for God's sakes, damn it. Just give me a chance. And I'm so happy to be here. We're playing meaningful football in January. We're not in the Peach Bowl. We're not in the, Idaho, Jimmy Kimmel Car Care Bowl. Yeah. We're in the playoff game. We're not sitting. Right. We're not headed to Pasadena as a consolation prize.
Yeah,
this is everything that we've wanted since Jim got there. As Michigan fans, what we wanted was to beat Ohio State and to go to the playoff year in and year out, and have that opportunity and feel like that. And it's been, ever since the Michigan State loss. When I came on here and I said Michigan State was going to lose Purdue, and everybody said, no, that's crazy. Michigan State's too good to lose to Purdue. And then they lose to Purdue, and it's like, okay, that's the thing that just happened. And so all we need is Michigan State to lose to Ohio State, and it's game on. Mm-hmm. And the Ohio State-Michigan State game was a disaster if you're a Michigan State fan. They got absolutely shelled in the first half, 49-0. And we're talking about and coming back here after the holiday break for New Year's when they played the game, and talking about what happened between the Michigan State game and the Michigan game for Ohio State was Ohio State just didn't get the big plays. They didn't get out to a 21-0 lead midway through the second quarter. They didn't hang 49 on Michigan before the end of the first half.
Right.
And Michigan was able to run the ball and run it very effectively and very efficiently and score points. And every time with the 2 scores that Ohio State got in the second half, 2 out of the 3 were 5 and 6 minute drives. I got up real quick because I took screenshots for this very reason. Yeah. This is all. No, that's the first half. So, didn't kick any field goals. Forced them to kick field goals.
Right.
Yeah, here we go. This is it. This is the second half. There are 2 scoring drives in the second half. One took 6.5 minutes, and the other took 4.5 minutes. The 2 touchdowns they did score took 10 minutes off the clock.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State wasn't able to quick score on Michigan, unlike which they were able to do against Michigan State. And that was the difference in your ball game. When Michigan was able to score, Ohio State was able. When Ohio State was able to score, they weren't able to score quickly. And so that's where I think that's what. And then you're looking at the Alabama Georgia game is Alabama has great tight ends and can play inside on Georgia. And Georgia didn't know whether they were coming or going, trying to stop the in the middle of the field stuff. And that's what I saw. So a lot of in breaking routes, in behind the linebacker, in front of the safety, and All and Schoonmaker are both going to be healthy. I mean, you've got Schoonmaker, Roman Wilson, Hassan Haskins, Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards, J.J. McCarthy. You got 7 guys to contend with on the offensive side of the ball. Then you have the two-headed monster of Ojabo and Hutchinson to deal with on the defensive side of the ball. And damn good corners on the guys that have made tremendous strides from where they were last year. So, yeah, I like my chances.
All right. Then on January 1st, the Outback Bowl is between Penn State and Arkansas.
The Razorbacks.
Penn State.
The Fiesta Bowl is next. Oklahoma State is playing Notre Dame.
Oklahoma State.
Irish.
I'm going to say the Irish, and I'll tell you why. They have that new head coach. They like that guy. I think they rally and win for him. Okay. Nothing against Mike Gundy, because I think they've had a good season too. It's just I think
they've had a great year.
The next game is the Citrus Bowl, and that is the Hawkeyes against the Wildcats of Kentucky.
Give me Kentucky.
Iowa.
Well, okay. The Rose Bowl is on, and that is
enjoy your consolation prize. Enjoy it. Enjoy Pasadena. Have a good time.
It's the Rose Bowl. Come on.
Utes and Buckeyes.
Enjoy it. Enjoy California, Ohio State. Enjoy it. Have fun.
Ohio State.
Utah, all the way.
The Sugar Bowl is between
this will
Baylor.
I just want to talk about that game real quick. I'm sorry, I've been ranting for the last 20 minutes. I apologize, but I'm gonna gloat a little bit here. This will be the reckoning on Ryan Day. Is how Ohio State comes out in this game. Can they rally and come back, or are they gonna fold up? This will be what kind of coach is Ryan Day? They haven't faced this kind of adversity since he's been there. They haven't lost to Ohio State. Haven't lost to Ohio State in 10 years. Or Michigan State. Michigan. Good God. I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, apparently. They hadn't lost to Michigan in 10 years. They hadn't been going to the excuse me. Sorry. They hadn't been going to the Rose Bowl as a consolation prize. To quote Rich Eisen. Enjoy it. Have fun. Good luck. And we'll see what kind of coach Ryan Day is. And can he get the troops? Can he get them up for this game?
The next is the Sugar Bowl between Baylor and Ole Miss.
Baylor.
Okay. Tuesday, January 4th is the Texas Bowl as LSU versus Kansas State.
LSU State.
Yeah.
I just don't think that Brian Kelly is ready yet. I think it'll be interesting to see where the LSU Tigers are at, and see what it'll be a barometer of how the transition period is, how long it's going to take for them to transition back into being a top tier SEC school.
Well, here's the question I have. I know Coach O's out. They finished 6-6 in his last year. Why won't you not let him coach the bowl game?
He didn't want to.
Oh, okay.
He declined. He declined to coach the bowl game.
Okay.
Oh, right through the mouth.
And then, of course, then January 10th is the national championship game at Lucas Oil Stadium at 8 p.m. Will be that game there. We'll know who that is on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, we'll actually be able to preview that game when we come back from holiday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Michigan, Alabama. I just spent a good 15 minutes explaining why Michigan, explaining what kind of season I've had and riding that high. I mean, I haven't come down off that high since Sunday, November, whatever that was, 28th.
Right.
Yes. And we talked about the championship game, the Big Ten championship game. and having that would an emotional victory against Ohio State and having an emotional letdown, and I just don't see it. I mean, we got up for Iowa. I'm so ready for this thing. I can't. Oh, if I could sleep until the 31st.
Yeah.
I'd sleep the next 2 weeks away and just.
Well, we can jump to the pro level.
Let's do it.
And it looks like both Phillip Adams and the guy that played for the Buccaneers now, and I can't think of his dang name, wide receiver, and I can't think
Antonio
of
Brown?
No, this guy's dead.
Oh, no.
He committed suicide earlier this year, and I don't remember. Hang on a second. Let me look this up. And he was a well-known player in the Tampa Bay area, too. Dang it. He played for the Chargers before he came to the Bucks.
Yes.
I know who you're talking about, but I don't remember his name now.
No, not Mike Evans. Is he still here? Evans is going to hopefully win. Oh, the Lightning just won 2-1. All right. Let's see here.
I reported this earlier, so let me see.
Vincent Jackson. Now, that's the name I was
looking for. Yeah.
It was found that both of them tested for CTE.
Yes.
Phillip Adams had what they call stage 3 CTE. So I actually looked on their website, on WebMD's website, about the different levels of CTE. So it's from stage 1 to stage 4. The one that did the autopsy for Adams said that she had never seen a worse case than with Aaron Hernandez being the worst. Hernandez was a stage 4 CTE when he killed himself in jail. Adams was stage 3. Vincent Jackson, they said, was stage 1. He had CTE. Wow. That's why they found him in he had committed suicide in a hotel room. They had put out what do they call that?
Missing persons report?
That, but they a value check or something on something.
Wellness check.
There you go. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. A wellness check on him, and they ended up finding him in a hotel room dead. But yeah, I went on here after seeing the CT. I'm like, I want to see. They said stage 3. I'm like, okay, there's different stages of this disease. So yes, there are. There are 4 different stages.
I didn't know that.
So the worst is when you get to stage 3 is when it gets real bad. You can't do normal things. You can't think normally. You can't drive. I mean, even the normal things are hard for you to remember how to do. And then you get to stage 4, you're really messed up at that point. And then that's when you go off the hinges and kill people and yourself.
Right.
The Chris Benoit situation.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. That's the unfortunate part is you have, Phillip Adams killed 6 people and himself. So think about that. 6 innocent people lost their lives.
Right.
Yeah.
That's scary. That's scary. That again, the bad news is you can't find this stuff until the person dies. There's no test to show somebody has CTE before they pass away. So that's what really sucks is you don't have there's no test.
Don't know.
And I know I wrote an article for NGSC about a lot of the old U.S. soccer players like Michelle Akers and, Mia Hamm and Julie Foudy. They're all, and Brandy Chastain, they're all running their brains to science after they pass away to see if they have CTE or could have had CTE from all the concussions that they suffer with playing soccer. So that's the whole thing. I think we're in the early stages of finding out what this disease really is. Obviously the movie Concussion, which again, I will say this, guys, I went into that movie thinking this is going to be hog shit. And after I left that movie, it changed my mind completely because that's real. This shit is real. Just like the COVID virus. I don't want to hear anyone say that shit's fake. No, it's not. It's real. Look at all the people in the NFL now that have it. Look at all the people in the National Hockey League that have it. So it's real. It just depends on the severity of how you get it. But CTE is definitely something that needs to be mental health and brain health need to be stepped up as far as research, as far as I'm concerned. That's just me with neurological disorders, like Alzheimer's and dementia and, Lou Gehrig's disease, lupus, all of those need to have more research done. That is because it's happening more often with people. And no one has a solution. No one has a treatment because everyone's afraid to operate on the brain. That's it. I mean, you don't have enough neurosurgeons on the planet to do it because everyone's afraid they're going to get sued. You mess up, you can get hurt, severely hurt somebody. That's the scary part about it. Doctors just don't want to do that.
Even if you don't, there's nothing you can do about it.
Exactly.
There's no treatment for it. It's not a matter of the problem is that the treatments there are for it are not cures. They're treatments.
They're treatments.
They treat you to make all they're the only things that we've ever cured are viruses like smallpox and and an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. I mean, if you don't want to get CTE, don't play contact sports. I mean, simple as that. The unfortunate thing is that no two brains are the same.
Correct.
No two bodies are going to, I go in for one procedure, Bradley goes in for the same procedure, and Lou goes in for the same procedure. Let's say we all go get our knees scoped, right? Mm-hmm. It's a very common, very routine procedure. But all three of us have very different knees and very different conditions that we would be having treated. And so the CTE may present in someone like a Chris Benoit as a triple homicide or a double homicide suicide. Mm-hmm. It may prevent somebody else of dementia or Alzheimer's. It may not look, symptoms don't necessarily equal the same results. I mean, someone can be suffering.
You can look, but too. How about Jim McMahon? Jim McMahon. Yeah.
Yeah, he has to have.
You can't tell me that he's not going to have. He doesn't tell me you can't. He doesn't have CTE. Oh, he's going to. He gets his brain drained.
Yeah.
Every week. How often does he go and do that?
I believe it's once a week. Last I knew, it was once a week.
Yeah, once a week.
Yeah.
I mean, and the problem is that treatments are not cures. Everybody wants cures. Like there is no cure. There is treatment. And with time and we've only been vaccinating people for about 60 to 80 years. I mean, real legitimate vaccines that aren't here. Lick this cowpox stick because it'll prevent you from getting smallpox. Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, as medicine, but we also have the problem of woo peddlers. Like when we were discussing, we're talking to the one gentleman that you had seen. I don't know if you've been back to see him or not.
No, I'm gonna go back and see him next month, Mike Robles.
Oh
yeah, and just being wary of woo peddlers, and people that would take advantage of the sick and the dying. They would sell you snake oil and miracle cures, things like MMS, mineral solution. It's bleach. They sell you bleach in a pill and tell you that it's going to make you better.
Yep.
I mean, and there's a comedian, I don't remember who it was now, but he said something along the lines of, if it works, it's medicine. It doesn't matter. There are herbal remedies for certain things that work, and those are things that our doctors will recommend. If you have a sore throat, getting a glass of tea with honey is a great way to soothe your throat. I mean, those things do work, and when they do work, they are recommended by medical professionals. But the nonsense that doesn't work is not recommended by medical professionals.
Right.
What is it? What's the medication that can help treat if you do have COVID? I know Joe Rogan took it. Aaron Rodgers
doesn't do dick all to help with anything.
Okay, so
people who take ivermectin and get better, we're going to get better regardless.
Right. Okay. I mean, that's something.
It's nonsense.
I heard Aaron Rodgers say, I think
he was going to get better anyway.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's the placebo effect. I take this, I feel better. Therefore it works. But then the next time you take it, you don't get better. It must not work. It's if it makes you feel better, that's why we do studies, and that's why the COVID testing for the vaccines were such stringent, high level things. They weren't just 3 dudes in a garage with a handful of random chemicals.
Yeah. Which I'm going to go get my booster shot next month.
I need to get my booster shot, but I haven't got that far yet.
I can get myself out February.
So yeah, I'm going to do that.
But no, I mean,
go ahead.
Not to get bogged down in that, but no, if a medical professional is recommending to you the ivermectin or any of the other charlatan nonsense cures for COVID, report them immediately to whoever your reporting agency is.
Yeah,
okay.
They need to be disbarred and have their licenses removed, and they don't need to be practicing medicine.
Gotcha.
Not projecting. Or projecting medicine. Whatever.
So again, we are in week 15 of the National Football League. There's 4 weeks
back to the
left.
stuff we were supposed to be talking about.
Right now, the Chargers are on the move. They're on the, where are they at? The 9-yard line, 8-yard line,
5.
7-yard line. I can't really tell. 5.
Yeah, it's 5.
They're on the move they're up 14-10 as the half is getting ready to go. There's only 15 seconds left.
They still have all 3 timeouts, though.
In the half.
They just took one right there. Okay.
Yep.
We'll go down the list. We have 2 Saturday games this week. The first one's at 4:30. You have the Raiders on the road in Cleveland. The Raiders are a 3.5 point favorite with the over/under being 38.
Raiders.
Over/under. Jesus.
The Raiders and who?
And the Browns.
Raiders and Browns. Yeah, Raiders, because Baker Mayfield's going to be out.
Over/under being 38. So is their backup quarterback too.
Really?
Both of them have COVID.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Raiders.
The next game is
ugly.
The Patriots are at the Colts. The Colts are a 2.5 point favorite with the over/under being 45.5.
I'll go with the Colts.
Yeah, unfortunately, Colts.
Then we jump to the Sunday.
He dropped it, or that was 6.
Yeah, I just saw the same thing. The first game is the Panthers are at Orchard Park to play the Bills. The Bills are a 10.5 with the over/under being 44.5. Okay.
Bills, Carolina covers in the under.
The next game is at Ford Field. Arizona is on the road against the Lions.
That's a get well quick game. Cardinals.
Cardinals are a 12.5 point favorite, and the over/under is 47.
Yeah.
The next game is
Dan Campbell. This is a game that you can make a believer out of me. Let's see what happens.
Well, the Cardinals are pretty good. They're 7-0 on the road this year.
I mean, if Dan Campbell can win this game, I'll be a believer. But no.
The next game is an AFC East showdown between the Jets and the Dolphins in Miami.
Jets.
Okay.
Dolphins.
Okay. The game after that is an NFC East showdown between the Cowboys and the Giants at the Meadowlands.
Cowboys.
Okay. The other side of the NFC East is Washington at Philadelphia.
Eagles.
Philly. Yeah.
Okay. The next 1 o'clock game is Tennessee on the road against Pittsburgh.
Titans.
Yeah.
Titans. The next game is the AFC South. Houston's on the road in Jacksonville, minus Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Houston.
Got 3rd prize last night.
I got something to say about that, though.
Houston.
Go ahead.
All right, because, I know he had a sucky year, of course, but then again, so is Robert Saleh for the Jets and Joe Judge for the Giants. But see, they're near the chopping block, and they've been there longer.
They didn't assault people either.
I get it. So you're going to see off the field issues that why Urban
It was
Meyer.
the practice squad. It was in the practice facility. You can't assault your players.
No.
Well, second of all, too, I think Urban Meyer wanted to get fired. I think that's a foregone conclusion.
He wanted to get fired.
Look at all the shit that he did during the season, going out, leaving the team in Ohio when they played the
Browns,
right,
and not saying anything.
Yeah, he wanted to get fired. You can't
tell me. So in other words, it was just because he was being a dick.
That's the nail on the head.
The best burgers get fired.
Yep. The 4:00 games are Cincinnati's on the road in Denver to play the Broncos.
Bengals.
Yeah.
That should have been a pick. The next game is Atlanta
should have
on
been a field goal
against San Francisco.
49ers.
Who they playing?
Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, Niners.
The next game is Seattle on the road in Los Angeles to play the Rams.
Sleaze bags.
Rams.
Okay. Probably the game that'll probably be on Fox here in my neck of the woods will be the Green Bay Packers at Baltimore to play the Ravens.
Packers.
Okay.
Yeah, Packers, especially if Lamar can't go.
And this will be the game that I'll be watching on Sunday. The Saints at Tampa Bay at Raymond James Stadium.
Bucks.
Yeah.
Hopefully, yeah.
This will be the first time they beat the Saints in the regular season in a long time.
They lost 3 in a row to them.
The Monday night game is the Vikings on the road in Soldier Field to play the Chicago Bears.
Vikings.
Okay.
Yeah, Vikings.
Okay. And let's look real quick. I think they. You watch your inning tree, Adam, on
sometimes.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
I like his way he eliminates teams this year with the Squid Game thing.
Oh, okay. I haven't watched that yet.
Yeah, every week a team gets eliminated, and he you know how they, I guess, if you the red light, green light game or whatever they do on that show.
Okay, I haven't watched Squid Game at all.
Either have I. I don't watch the show either. But
I've heard of it.
They'll have the team logo over the person's head, and then they shoot the guy, and the guy goes back, and it says Jacksonville Jaguars eliminated, and that's just saying that they're eliminated from playoff contention. Obviously, there are teams out there that are eliminated from playoffs. Obviously, the Lions are not, they're not in there. I mean, there are a bunch of teams right now, but no one clinched. This is the first time since 1971 that no one's clinched in the first 14 weeks of the season.
Wow.
Clinched a playoff spot. So no one has clinched a playoff spot.
First time in 50 years. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and the Packers are going to be in my area too.
And then, of course, the number 1 seed in the NFC is the Packers, followed by the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Then Arizona's number 3, and then it's who's after them. Who am I missing here? Yeah. Arizona, Tampa Bay, Green Bay. So it's the NFC. What is it? Oh, the Cowboys. The Cowboys are 4.
Yep. Cowboys are 4.
Yeah. Here, hang on a second. Let me look at the playoff picture because I'm sure.
I think the Niners are 5.
Something like that.
I don't remember who's 6, 7 on.
Here, let's look right here. This is playoff picture. Let's see what it's.
All right, sounds good.
Let's see. There we go. Okay, now that's what I want to see because it'll tell me exactly what. All right, so here we are. Of course, there are 7 playoff spots available. As of right now in the AFC, the number 1 seed is New England. Number 2 is Tennessee. Number 3 is Kansas City. Number 4 is Baltimore. Then you have the Chargers at 5, the Colts at 6, Buffalo at 7. The teams that are on the bubble are as follows: Cleveland, Cincinnati, Denver, Pittsburgh, the Raiders, and the Dolphins are all still in contention to make the playoffs. On the NFC side, it is Green Bay, Tampa Bay, Arizona, Dallas. The Rams are 5. The Niners are 6. The Washington football team is 7.
Okay.
And on the bubble is Minnesota, Philadelphia, Atlanta, the Saints, the Panthers, the Seahawks, the Giants, and the Bears are all still active. The Bears are 6 and 7.
Oh wow.
But I'm sorry, I apologize. No, they're not. They're 4 and 9. The Vikings are 6 and 7. The team they're going up against this week.
And the Bears are 4 and 9, and they still have a shot at the playoffs.
Yeah, the Giants and the
Wow.
Bears, I think, will be the next eliminated if they lose this weekend to Minnesota and Dallas.
Yeah.
And then you have 5 and 8. You have Carolina and Seattle, and then of course you have a plethora of teams at 6 and 7, and that would be Washington, Minnesota, Philadelphia, Atlanta, and the Saints are all 6 and 7. So there's a whole bunch of mixtures that could be playing for that final spot on number 7. So there you go.
A lot of movement in the last 3 weeks of the season here.
Well, obviously the Washington-Philadelphia game is going to be big for both of those teams because Philadelphia could take Washington's spot at 7 and move up and go put Washington down, or vice versa. Washington could win the game, and then they stay where they're at. But yeah, it's a big.
Right.
The NFC is more of a mix than the AFC is. The AFC's only got 13 possible teams. Here's who's been eliminated from playoff contention: Detroit, Jacksonville, Houston, and the Jets have all been eliminated from playoff contention.
And the Giants too.
The Giants are actually still alive at 4 and 9. I don't know how.
Barely breathing.
But like I said, Lewis, if they lose to Dallas this week, then they're done. I think if Chicago loses to Minnesota, they're also done.
Yeah,
you fought a 4 and 10. I don't think you're gonna. That's hard to go to the playoffs with double-digit losses, unless you win your division. But I don't think the Giants are going to win the NFC East because Dallas is
7 and 10. No,
Dallas is 9 and 4 this year.
Right. The worst they can finish is 9 and 8.
Right. So they're right now. They sit in the 4th seed right now. The Cowboys did.
Right.
So there you go. But yeah, so that's the playoff picture.
Right.
I don't have anything else, guys. I tried to put the notes from this week and last week together.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're going to have a little bit more to talk about. Like I said, I'll let you guys know if I get credentials. There will not be a show. If I do not, we will be back here next week because I don't have anything else going on.
Anything better to do, I'm good with it.
But I will let you guys know. I have applied for credentials for the Gasparilla Bowl, the Outback Bowl, and yes, I'm even thinking of trying to go to the Valspar Championship, which is here in my backyard in Palm Harbor in March of this upcoming year. That's not football, but it's golf, and I'm a golf enthusiast. So if I can go to the Valspar for free for 4 days, I'm going to go do it.
Hell yeah.
So, is there anything else that you guys want to talk about?
We got 7 minutes
left. Huh?
What week is that anyway?
The Valspar is, let me look it up. I know it's March. I want to say it's like March 18th or something like that.
Just before my birthday.
Let's see, Lewis. Hang on just a second. Let me pull this up here. It is going to be, let me see. Because I was looking this up the other day. They play at Copperhead, which is in Palm Harbor, one of the toughest golf courses I've ever personally played myself. It's March 14th through the 20th.
It is.
So
okay.
Yeah, so Sunday the 20th is the last day of the tournament.
Yeah.
So the tournament will be the 20th and 19th. So the tournament starts on the 17th.
Yeah.
So
just before spring arrives.
Yes. Correct. And I was there last year with my brother-in-law, and we had to wear a mask. We were walking around outside. So hopefully this year we won't have to do that. So we'll see.
Yeah. Hopefully.
We'll see how everything plays itself out from the
Yeah, well, if not, then if we're not going to be next week, then have a Merry Christmas.
Indeed.
Of course.
Happy New Year. And we'll see
you guys. If we don't see each other next week, and if you guys I think it'll be a Happy New Year too. We probably won't come back until after January.
No, I would assume that we wouldn't come back until that
I thought
the first week in January.
And that would be fun. I mean, that way, we can take next week a couple week break, get some rest,
get reorganized, get re-energized.
I know I'm going to be taking time off, after my show.
Right.
I mean, first of all, because who the hell's going to want to come on Christmas and New Year's anyway? I mean,
right.
Christmas Eve was big in my house.
Yeah.
So I recover from that. And Christmas Day, Saturday, that'll probably be the only day I eat late because I usually eat early on Saturdays to get ready for the show. And New Year's Day was Saturday, but everybody was so hungover from the night before, no one's going to even know what to do.
I think I'll be honest with you, Lewis. You'd have more people show up on New Year's Day than you would Christmas Day, just to say for a Saturday, because there are a lot of people that like yourself that that's a big holiday in my household too. I wouldn't have been able to do a show on Christmas Day because I wouldn't have the time, and I have 2 nephews and a niece that draw my attention when I'm around, so it would be very, very hard to break away.
Yeah, but New Year's Day, no one's gonna care because they'll still be hungover for the night before anyway. So yeah.
Well, see, here's my plan. The Outback Bowl begins at noon on New Year's Day.
Right.
So if I go to any party, my butt's leaving at 12:15 to get home before all the drunks get on the road. Number one, and number two, so I can get home and get some sleep because I got to get up at 9 o'clock in the morning to leave by 10 to get to the stadium.
Right.
So so I won't be out late that night anyway, even if I do.
Right.
So,
and And speaking of nieces and nephews, my nephew has a birthday. Well, actually, it passed on Tuesday, but we're gonna celebrate on Sunday.
Nice.
And he's legal this year. He's legal.
The big 2-1. Nice.
18.
Oh, 18. Okay.
18.
Not quite that legal yet.
Not quite that legal yet. It's got 3 more years.
I was just about to ask how legal was he?
And he's also my godson. So
nice.
And my youngest niece, she's gonna be 10 on Monday. So we're gonna celebrate the birthdays together.
If I have any nieces and nephews, me and my brother are gonna have to have a long discussion on why I wasn't told. So,
right. So don't forget the last show of the season, the Enhanced Sports Show, Saturday 5 to 7 East Coast time. We got football covered. We got the college football awards. We're gonna take care of part 2 of the bowl games. I did part 1 last week. NFL predictions.
A lot of them.
Yeah, NFL predictions. The COVID situation going on in sports, which is becoming one hell of a mess. Believe me.
Yeah.
We'll take care of some other. We'll take care of some boxing and UFC, and of course, being that's the week of Christmas, just about we'll ask about your holiday wishes, which has become a tradition since I started doing this show, which is now coming on. Can you believe this, guys? 4 years since I had the hosting job. Almost 4 years. So January 8th, we launched the 5th season. Oh my God! Wow.
Good.
My holiday wishes already came true, so I'm good on that.
Good for you.
My niece will be 3 on New Year's Eve. So her birthday on New Year's Eve. So
a New Year's baby, huh?
Yeah, she came the last day of the year. Yeah,
baby New Year.
Baby New Year.
Yeah, I you know what though? I'm gonna be honest with you. I think she was taken for tax purposes because that's the last day you can claim a baby for the year.
Right.
I have a funny feeling that that's what my sister did.
So it was before the stroke of midnight, correct?
Yes. She was, yes.
It was like 2:00 in the afternoon.
She tax write-off. Oh.
Yeah. So like I said, guys, we this has been the Walker Report, part of In the Zone Sports Radio, part of NGSC Sports. Yeah. Remember the website, guys. It's ngscsports.com for all your current sports content. My articles are up there if you want to read them. I'm going to talk about how well the USF Bulls have done so far in recruiting and in the transfer portal. They were the number 1 team in the transfer portal this past week for USF. That's good for Jeff Scott because he needs to win this season coming up. It's you can't have another losing season. He's only won 3 games in his first 2 seasons as a coach. He needs to. They got to have a better year this year.
Yeah, they need to be in more ball games.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to write an article tomorrow night about how the recruiting and transfer portal hopefully will turn out good for USF next year. Like I said, guys, we will be here next week. If I am not personally at the game, the Gasparilla Bowl, if I am not, we will have a show. If I am going. This will be the last show of 2021, and I want to thank the two gentlemen that join me every week.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Yes, thank you.
It's been a roller coaster year for me. Obviously, I lost a very, very, very important person in my life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Back in January.
Probably the only person more important than yourself.
Yeah. January. And I have a tough day on the 25th.
Yeah. Hey, I'm home all day on the 25th. So if you need me,
yeah.
If you want to,
I'll give you a ring, but if
you want to get on here and just shoot the shit and talk some sports and not think about anything, you reach out to me, tell me, hey, I want to watch some sports together and get away from it all.
Yeah.
So you
I might hit you guys up that night and we could come on here
and just do
we're
gonna watch some. Just talk. We don't even have to. We don't even have to put it on air if you don't want to.
Yeah, we can just do it on here. We just come on here and just chit chat and talk. That's fine.
Hang out. Yeah. Whatever you need, buddy. I'm here for you. So
I appreciate that. Like I said, this has been a great year. Obviously the show changed. Back in November of 2020.
So much.
We changed this show around and
it's been 1 year. We since we've been doing this.
Yeah,
the format and
much better for all three of us.
If you look at the shows that at the beginning of the year to the end of the year, we've learned a lot.
Yeah,
we're better presenters.
Had some good guests on this show.
We had some great guests on the show.
Again, I think obviously interviewing the Michigan radio guy was the best.
Jim Braxton was a highlight of mine.
It was great. Yeah. My man Mike, who I got to see in person, he's always welcome back.
Of our guests.
I don't know what happened the night that we interviewed the guy with the mouth guard. We didn't have
that show never popped off
that night. I don't know what exactly.
Yeah, that show didn't pop off at all.
Happened there that evening.
I'm not sure either. We've had a couple of stinkers.
I want to thank the USF rugby team.
I want to apologize to those guys for having to dip out halfway through the interview.
It's okay. That's all right.
I'd love to have them back on. I'd love to have any of our guests back on. It was
next year, absolutely. I'm gonna try, guys, to get out to some of their rugby games because now they have. He said that they were playing during the winter. I'm gonna try to go out to their rugby games because they're free.
Right.
Just drive over to USF. Yeah, they're free. He said that they're free. They're free admission. So there's a lot of people from your neck of the woods.
Concessions are doubled, but entry is free.
But yeah,
but no. If you miss any part of the show or you want to watch it again in its entirety, it's available on YouTube as the Walker Report with Bradley Walker. So check us out there.
The Sports Nerd Bradley Walker.
The Sports Nerd Bradley Walker.
Yep.
The show is the Walker Report.
And like I said, guys, if we're not here, happy holidays to everybody. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. All of them out there. Happy New Year in case we are not on here next week.
Hopefully we're not on here.
To everybody out there. Everyone that's going through a rough 2021.
Yeah.
Hopefully 2022 will be better for you.
Yeah.
Again, I'm hoping that 2022 goes better.
Let's close out these last 2 weeks strong, and we'll get into.
Yep.
Let's just close out these. If you're having any problems,
get help.
Deep, keep fighting.
Get help.
Yep.
It ain't over, and it ain't worth it.
Nope. So, yeah. No.
Fight the good fight.
There's definitely help out there. Reach out to a friend, family member, even go get
any one of us.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're watching the show and you need help, we will be more than willing to help you find the right people to talk to, whether it be just us or it be somebody, a professional.
Yes.
Just reach out to us. We're all available on Facebook. So hit us up and we'll help you get through it.
Yes.
And as I always say, guys, before we sign off, thank you to creatingzenspaces.com for another year of sponsorship. Thank you to my friend Renee, who I've known since high school. Thank you for doing that. Also, if this is the last time I get to do this for the year, I want to thank our first responders and our men and women of our armed services. We wouldn't be able to do that without you guys doing what you do. So thank you guys for that. I, again, love everyone who's tuned in this year. Hopefully we can get you guys back next year. I did see, guys, the other day, I happened to check the studio app on my phone. Are the top 3 countries that watch us, are you ready for this, are the United States, Canada, and I'll give you a guess on what the 3rd country is. I'll let you guys guess. You tell me.
Zimbabwe.
Nope, it's not in Africa. You can eliminate
Singapore.
Africa. Nope, not in Central Asia. Nope.
Australia.
Mexico.
Nope. Mexico. Nope. It's not Australia either. I wish it was Australia, but no, it's not Australia.
Yeah, it's French.
It's actually a collection of countries, if that gives you a better of a hint. It's a collection of countries.
Europe?
United Kingdom.
Okay, I was thinking UK. Yep. I was thinking more specifically England. But
I don't know if we have people over there. I also think with Von Allen being prominent in Bulgaria, that might be another reason.
That was my next guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got, and speaking of that, you gotta get
him back on the show.
Get him to come back on here.
Yeah.
Because I missed him. We didn't interview him this year.
Yeah, definitely.
That's disappointing that we did not interview him.
No, we didn't get a chance to.
Everything going on with the Patriots and the Bucks. I'm disappointed we didn't get
the rise of Mac Jones.
Yeah.
I reached out to him, but he never got back to me. So
how about we try to get him for either the first or second show of the new year? See if we can get Von Allen to come on with the NFL season kind of getting into the conclusion period. It'll be what? Week 16 or 17 by then.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So we can have him come on here. But again, gentlemen, thank you again. I'm gonna hop off here. So again, if I don't see you guys next week, Happy New Year to you guys. Merry Christmas to your families. Thank you for everything you've done for me this year. I had, again, a rough time there in February, but it was nice to come back on. I remember Lou's mom coming on and saying her kind words.
Yes.
To me live on the air. I wasn't really ready for that. I'll be honest with you that there were some tears.
I know.
There were some tears at that point. I was not prepared for that. But I appreciated that a lot. I've gone back and watched that show a bunch of times, and every time I watch that show, I cry because it's the first show without my mom being here. But,
if I may get sentimental for a moment, I'd like to thank your mom, God rest her soul, for her kind words. And the fact that she enjoyed me being on this show means a lot.
She loved this show a lot, guys. I'll be honest with you. Again, the wall behind me, she used to be right back there. I have the apartment to myself for the weekend. My roommate is in a cosplaying event in Orlando, so I'm all here by myself. Not that I'm used to being by myself a lot of times anyway. But she used to sit behind this wall behind me and listen every Thursday night. And she'd always say, I love to hear those two guys talk. And I'd even replay shows in the car for her while we were driving. So she loved that. She loved the show a lot. I appreciate the words, but
you guys, you mean before I came to the picture, or
no.
She meant
you and the two. You mean us?
You two, us three.
Okay, I thought it was before I joined this outfit.
No. It's us three as a unit is what she was.
Okay.
Yeah. She because you pretty much you always followed me. I'd come on because I had I would get I'd come on at 8, and I'd talk for like he'd do his spiel and. He'd intro stuff.
We're not doing video. You were on first, and I came on later because I was tied up with another project, which is now gone by the wayside. So luckily, with this, it is now turned over. I'm doing this now, full fledged.
Yeah.
And, haven't regretted it since.
So am I. I don't regret it any.
I don't know what the listeners think out there, but
it's our thing. So, damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, guys, thank you everyone again who's joined us this year. If this is the last show, if not, we will be back next week at 8:00 as we are every Thursday. But until then, everyone have a safe one out there. Again, fortunately, the virus is on the rise again in a lot of places. Stay safe, get vaccinated, wear your mask if that's what you think is safe for you. Do what's safe for you. Don't let someone tell you what you should do with your life. Obviously. There's a lot of people that listen to the wrong people. But until then, guys, this is the Sports Nerd Brad Walker. Peace.
Good night, folks.
Good night and good.